Hello, my name is Brent Johnson with FireWise Consultants. Part of our core mission is to always be providing continuing education and raising awareness within the passive fire protection industry. Last week, we provided a post on LinkedIn asking the industry what topics you may want to learn more about concerning Firestop. Mark at Underwriters Laboratories commented and said he wants to learn more about engineering judgments. Well, Mark, that's a great topic, and we could probably talk multiple days on it. It's something that I deal with on an hourly basis, I would say, as far as phone calls and emails go as a Firestop consultant. So great topic, quite challenging for me to educate the industry on the entire topic. So let's hit home on what Mark was asking about and just pick a few topics within engineering judgments. Number one, when should they be allowed or asked about to be utilized? Number two, who can do them? And three, how can we improve on getting them done correctly the first time before it's handed to the inspector so that the project stays on schedule? So number one, let's look at when an engineering judgment is done or needed. Number one, an engineering judgment in fire stopping terms would be utilized when there is not a listed system available for your field condition. So a couple things can be done ahead of that and should always be recommended. Number one, we shouldn't be looking at just our submitted manufacturer. We want to look at the entire industry to find out, is there a listed system available for my condition? If I take a look at just Underwriter Laboratories website, I can find that they have over 7,400 listed systems for through penetrations alone. I can then even break it down and try to identify a specific type of condition, like a insulated pipe. There's 908 listings for insulated pipe penetration. So there are hundreds, if not thousands of systems available to us. Well, Brent, I don't have time to read through all 7,400 listings. I understand that. But we want to utilize the experts in the industry to help us narrow down to find out, is there a listed solution? Because the code does not talk about the product or the manufacturer. It talks about a test standard and a listed system to be followed. So we want to continue to educate and promote the use of a listed system when one is available to us per those test standards in the building code. The other thing we want to make sure we try to do is tackle this as early as possible. There are many opportunities to follow a listed system in pre-construction design. So modification of the construction or the overall installation or the product can help us, again, eliminate engineering judgment. Number two, who can do an engineering judgment? Well, the primary free process is utilizing your manufacturer of fire stopping products. Many of the main manufacturers have an independent, their own department that does engineering judgments. Many of them may be titled as engineers or fire protection engineers or technical representatives. That staff is not sales. They are focusing on the actual engineering judgment and utilize internal test documents, testing, and information to come to a conclusion if an engineering judgment can be done or not. Those individuals is where we would usually 90+%, 95+% of the time utilize an engineering judgment. So we want to contact not only our salesperson at the manufacturer, but who behind the scenes would be developing in the technical department or engineering department. So good resource to have. On top of that, on rare occasions, we do see other individuals or companies like a fire protection engineer licensed in your state potentially come up with an engineering evaluation. We also see the design professional or engineer of record from time to time on rare occasions in certain jurisdictions do judgments. And then finally, again, very rare, but the laboratory who holds the test and performs the test may provide an engineering judgment. So again, the primary resource that's free is we reach out to the manufacturer, not their sales department, but their technical representative. Then three, how can I get the information properly to that department to get the engineering judgment accurately done? One of the biggest challenges we deal with at FireWise is we get some really complex conditions sent to us. And they say, how do I resolve this? What can I do? Is there a system? And it's very hard for us to even take that data, ask questions, get more information, sketches, 3D models, and provide it back to the manufacturer to get some of these elements drawn correctly. And it's not that there's a miscommunication. It's more that how we think maybe in the field or on the design side and how the engineer or technical representative of the manufacturer thinks and looks at the data and their products don't always mesh. So what we're trying to utilize is not only think how your specialty is done, But don't always just think of Firestop. Let's think of all the components that surround the condition in question. The wall or floor construction, the protective elements on the steel, the stud depth, the wall assembly, the floor assembly, the angular space, the opening size. So there's so many boxes that should be checked off before we even contact the manufacturer to give them that information. Another tip we like to use is use technology. I mean, a photo goes a long way. And whenever you send a photo, please remember, we're not always looking at the super zoomed in photo. It's nice to have a broad image of the surrounding construction so the technical representative can get a good idea of what's going on around this. Also, we like to utilize 3D modeling in our scope of work. So if we're early on a pre-construction project or a BIM has been done on a project, hey, maybe we can look at this before it's installed, see the clashes that surround it, provide recommendations or different viewpoints to that manufacturer so they can see the front, the back, the elevation, the plan. Different viewpoints is going to help that individual better design and engineering judgment closer to your field condition. So as a recap, we talked about who can do the engineering judgment, that we always want to use a listed system when one is available for us. There are numerous free references or websites out there to help you with that and narrow that process down. And then 3, the more information, the better. We know when engineering judgments are found, a lot of times people are in a hurry. I get that. But take one step back and compile that data cleanly for a clear process and description of what you have going on, not just I have this product and I want this solution for a 2-hour F rating. Look at everything around it and hopefully provide a little bit more information. So with that, that's a lot of information on engineering judgments. We hope to provide more free videos like this. So if you want any questions on engineering judgments, post them down below. If you have other topics concerning Firestop that you'd like us to talk about like this, throw it in the comment section. And also, if you want more training like this, take a look at firestoptraining.com. We look forward to hearing from you and have a great day. Thank you.